What's the smartest payback you pulled without getting caught? So there was this woman, Vicky, who lived directly across the hall from me. From day one, she was just off. Like, she would always be checking her mail whenever I was checking mine and would try to peek at what I got. Super nosy, always asking about my packages, who was visiting me, all that creepy stuff. I started noticing some of my packages were being tampered with, like they'd be slightly opened and then resealed, or sometimes small items would just disappear completely. At first, I thought maybe it was just delivery mistakes or whatever, but then I ordered this limited edition makeup palette that I had been saving up for months, and it literally vanished. The tracking said it was delivered, but it was nowhere to be found. I was pissed, but couldn't prove anything. But then my friend Juliet came over for wine night and was like, "Why don't you set up one of those doorbell cameras?" So I did, but I made sure to install it super discreetly because our building had weird rules about modifications. OMG, you guys, the footage I got. This woman would literally wait until I left for the day, then would come over with like little tools, and she would carefully open my packages, take what she wanted, then reseal them and put them back. For the packages she took completely, she would throw away the evidence in the dumpster behind our building. I thought about confronting her, but to Beige I was kind of scared because she gave off unhinged vibes. Plus, she was friends with the building manager Wyatt, so I wasn't sure if reporting her would even do anything. That's when I decided, if she wants to play games, let's play. First, I ordered a bunch of those glitter bombs that explode when you open them. But not just regular glitter, I got the extra fine craft glitter that is literally impossible to clean up completely. I made sure to order them to arrive on different days so it wouldn't seem suspicious. Then I ordered some packages that looked really good from the outside, but were actually filled with stuff like cheap broken electronics, empty luxury makeup boxes, and one package that was just a box of rocks with a printed note that said, "Stop stealing my stuff, LMAO." But that was just phase 1. For phase 2, I signed her up for every possible, free, sample, and catalog and religious pamphlet and political mailing list I could find online. I'm talking hundreds of companies. I used her exact name and address and requested physical mail for everything. Phase 3 was the best part though. I found out from casual conversation that she was super allergic to certain perfumes. Nothing deadly, just makes her sneeze like crazy. So I bought these tiny perfume samplers and started spraying them on all my fake decoy packages. Just enough that you wouldn't notice until you were up close handling them. Meanwhile, I had all my actual packages delivered to Juliet's place or to my work. It took about 3 weeks for everything to start happening. First, the glitter bombs. I heard her scream from across the hall when the first one went off, then another one 2 days later. By the third one, she stopped opening my packages. Lol. But the mail signups? Those took a bit longer to kick in. But when they did, OMFG. Her mailbox started overflowing with catalogs, samples, pamphlets, all sorts of random crap. The building had these tiny mailboxes and hers couldn't even close properly. About a month in, she started getting all sneezy and red-eyed whenever she was in the hallway. The perfume samples were doing their job. She couldn't complain to anyone without admitting she'd been stealing my packages. Eventually, she started looking miserable every time I saw her. Dark circles under her eyes, constantly sneezing, her apartment probably covered in uncleanable glitter, and a mailbox that needed to be emptied twice a day. The absolute cherry on top? One day, I ordered this super fancy-looking package, made sure she could see it being delivered, and then left for the weekend. Inside was one of those Mark Robber-style glitter bombs, but I modified it with a Bluetooth speaker that would just repeatedly play a recording saying "package thief" at random intervals that couldn't be stopped until the batteries died, which would take about 48 hours. Came back on Sunday night, and her apartment was silent. Totally silent. Next morning, I saw her leaving with multiple suitcases. Turned out she broke her lease and moved out that weekend. Told the building manager she needed a change of scenery or something.